Okay. All right. Everybody ready?
Bring it on.
All right, being as it is 7 o'clock, we'll call this meeting to order. Let the record show that all members are present. This time, would you all please stand and we'll do the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Okay, at this time, everybody has been provided with a copy of the minutes. Does anybody have any changes or corrections? If not, we'll let the minutes stand as presented. Mrs. Browning, do you have claims to present?
Yes, I would like to make a motion to approve all claims and schedules.
I have a motion to approve the claims. I have a second from Mr. Omer. Anybody have any questions on the claims? If not, all in favor, raise your right hand. 7-0. No donations this month. So move into our information reports, Mr. Frank.
We have a few presentations tonight for the board. The first, I'd like to ask Christy Newkirk to come up, and she kind of was the spearhead of a number of people that of the Hope Bag partnership that really was just born last year out of a need that existed, and I'd like for her to share a little bit about that and who are some of our partners.
Okay, yeah. So we have Bethel Mall that's been in our, obviously we all very well known. It's been a pillar in our community that provided school supplies for 25 years. We heard that that was going away last spring for sure. And then we had people that contacted us, the social workers. There's going to be school supplies. Our kids need them. They're used to this. It's been around for 25 years. And what can we do? So we had a meeting at Connections, and I'll list all the people. And we got together, talked to social workers. I was the one that was able to attend the meeting, but we all kind of worked together and decided what we sat down at the meeting. And I do have a couple of people that came, and we talked about what would it look like? What could we do? This was right. I think the first meeting was before spring break.
I don't know. I wasn't actually at the first.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, late fall or late.
So we're trying to get together, we created what we called Hope Bags. It's what we envisioned, and giving our kids hope and starting the school year with what they need. We ended up doing an open house at every Washington Community Schools. The churches adopted each school, and I'll list those two, that's just an incredible opportunity in itself. 650 kids received school supplies through Hope Bags. And I think that didn't start until spring break. I mean, they did it all summer. I saw things online. And the cool thing with Hope Bags is it doesn't just stop at that open house. We have supplies now at school. A lot of our school supply needs are when kids move in throughout the year. There's different circumstances, situations. And in the past, I know that we have like lockers or where we store things. Social workers would initially just reach out to people. Hey, we're really low on notebooks, or if we caught a sale or we buy things. They now have stocked us completely full. So when our kids come in to register, we have them hanging on the wall, and they can still grab a bag so that they start the first day of school, whether it's during the middle of the year or the first day. They start them with everything they need. So it's been very fun. As well as providing the Hope Bags, the school supplies were in the backpack, and then the students still got to shop and pick out their bag. And we still had volunteers that came to the school that worked it. We made it very known the school is not providing the supplies. It's people within our community that make this possible. So I'll go ahead, and we had Jamie Williams with Bethany Church, and he has adopted, and his church has adopted Washington Primary. Jeremy Adams was part of that group, and he's with Youth First. Erin, she's here, and she's with New Hope, and she adopted Washington Intermediate. They adopted Washington Intermediate. Adam, founder, he is with Free Methodist Church, and they have adopted Washington Upper. Sherry Davis and Vicki Morrell were also there with Connections. They've collected some funds, and they've kind of helped filter that throughout the Hope Bags. If we were needing to purchase some supplies or buying in bulk, they were able to help with that. And Carrie Dalton, obviously a big person. She has been helping us. She has overseen Bethel Mall, and so she kind of has given us pointers and is guiding us along the way. She's with Bethel Church, and they have adopted Beale, Washington High School, and Washington Junior High. And there's still contacts throughout the year. If we need something, we can reach out to them. So I have two people that were able to come from the committee. If they want to come up. So we had some students make some little thank you signs that we thought were really sweet. And so the significance of the Ace of Hearts is in our Kids at Hope. We teach our kids there's 4 aces. Ace of Hearts with our students are those parents. We're never going to replace that relationship. I thought how fitting is an Ace of Heart. We're not, you guys, we couldn't have done this without you. So I really appreciate you guys being a part of and taking this on. I know you guys all have jobs and families, and so we appreciate the partnership. So thank you. Yeah. Can we get a motion? Sorry, it's only 2 of the 7 or 8.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Get some squish in.
Yeah.
And then we can hang out.
Can I add a few more things?
Absolutely, please.
So yeah, each school is kind of adopted by primary like church that led up that, but there are a lot of churches across the community that have also fed into that as well. So I want to make sure that they get recognized as well. There was Bethel Church of Washington, Bethany Church, Central Christian Church, Christ United Methodist, Davis County Connections, Free Methodist, Harvest Community Church, Mount Olivet Church, New Hope, Pleasant Hill United Methodist, Washington Rotary, and Youth First are all part of this. And there are more that are just showing interest now that we've seen 1 year of it. So hopefully it multiplies. But most of all, we just want everyone to know that the church loves our local schools, and we love you all and what you do because Christ loved us first. And so that's why this means a lot to us, and it's all provided through him. So that's it.
Thank you. Any other questions?
There's not a lot of us here, but I think y'all thank you very much. That's very awesome. Much appreciated.
Next, we'd like to recognize our staff members of the month for the month of October. Again, this is sponsored by a big injury law firm and Tim Cochran. And our first teacher that we'll recognize this month is Chad Niehaus, who's being recognized by Mr. Holland. And Mr. Holland wrote, Mr. Niehaus is a math teacher at Washington High School. He is a dedicated professional who has committed most of his teaching career to Washington Community Schools. Mr. Niehaus has been a junior high math teacher, college and career coach, and his current role is teaching Algebra 2 and Algebra 3 honors at WHS. He also has served as a teacher mentor for beginning teachers. He brings dedication, professionalism, and commitment to Washington High School. His ability to connect with high school students has created a positive learning environment for everyone that takes his class. He relates well with students, and that demonstrates his compassion for student success. WHS is thrilled to have such a great teacher. Congratulations, Mr. Niehaus. Next, we have one of our food service workers, Brittany Burns, and she's being nominated by our food service director, Evan Lips. And Evan wrote, Brittany works tirelessly to make sure our students at the high school are fed each day. She is responsible for preparing meals for sports teams, away games, operating the after-school dinner program, and organizing the weekly summer meal bag handout in addition to breakfast and lunch. Brittany's leadership is invaluable to the food service program as she and her team are responsible for preparing almost half the meals we serve annually. That's about 167,000 meals. So thank you, Brittany. And our final staff to recognize for the month of October is Erin Keller, who's a bus driver, and she's being nominated by our primary principal, Mrs. Murphy. And Mrs. Murphy wrote, Erin Keller deserves to be recognized as bus driver of the month because she goes above and beyond to make her students feel valued, safe, and cared for every single day. She doesn't just transport students, she builds a sense of belonging and joy on her bus. This year, Erin themed her bus Crush from Nemo. bringing positivity and excitement to her riders. She thoughtfully found small turtles and encouraging cards to give her students, knowing that many of them face challenges outside of school. Her goal is to provide a little light, comfort, and encouragement, reminding each child that they matter. I think I want to ride that bus. Thank you.
That's the bus I rode.
So thank you to Aaron. Okay, and our final information report item, I've asked our project manager, Mike Holcamp, just to give a brief update on our project.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen of the board. I'm going to write up, pass it around. Okay, thank you. So what have we been doing this past month? Well, as you all know, we had the board meeting at the primary and the cafeteria at the Murphy School, and that seemed to go really well. We're appreciative of that and the community coming out and asking questions and being involved and engaged. And so then the next part was we got your feedback from our step one report. And so we then made some edits and we resubmitted that to you as requested and as the timeline suggested. And then the next part we did is we submitted our final step one, or we submitted our contract to you for step two services using Dan Rollins' DBIA contract and general conditions document that he submitted, the DBIA 544 and the for the contract and the DBI general conditions 535. So those got submitted to you. And then we've also been working, there was kind of a side request then to continue developing the playground. So I don't know if that got passed out. I know we haven't talked about it in the design committee, but I just sent it a few days ago.
Right.
But I have copies if you want to see that. And that's kind of where we're at most currently with the playground design. And the task at hand was to incorporate as much of the existing playground that was playground equipment that is possible from primary and then from Beal to be put in some kind of a new layout, if you will, and supplement that with new equipment. So that's what we've presented to you for your review and comment and approval. And we can talk about that Tuesday in the design committee meeting if you want. So that was a big thing. And we continued working with some of the different adjacent property owners and gave you feedback related to that. So really our current activity is just hopefully here tonight get approval on the contract. Any questions?
No.
Okay. Thank you, Mike.
Thank you,
Mike.
And that's all we have for information.
Okay. At this time, we'd open the floor if we have anybody signed up for patron statements on our agenda topics. Not. So we'll move right ahead in personnel. Looks like we got a resignation.
As for resignations, making the recommendation to approve the resignation of Gage Latham as 7th grade boys basketball coach.
Okay, I have a recommendation to approve the resignation. I have a motion for that from Mr. Miller, a second from Mr. Hedrick. Anybody have any questions on that? If not, all in favor of approval? 7-0. No leaves, so we'll move to appointments.
Appointments recommending the hire of Aaron Gray as an elementary aide and Wendy Montgomery as a bus attendant.
I have a recommendation to approve the two appointments. Do I have a motion for that? Mr. Hedrick, second from Mr. Cornelius. Anybody have any questions on the appointments? If not, all in favor? 7-0. ECA appointments.
Like to recommend the following for the basketball coaching positions: 7th grade boys basketball, John Roy; 8th grade assistant boys basketball, Jody Williams; 6th grade boys intramural basketball, Brian Engelhardt, Eric Blackwell, Grant Stafford, Jeff Lemon; 5th grade boys intramural basketball, Brian Engelhardt, Eric Blackwell, Grant Stafford, and Jeff Lemon; 6th grade boys travel basketball, Grant Stafford and Jeff Lemon; 5th grade boys travel basketball, Brian Engelhardt and Eric Blackwell.
Okay, I have a recommendation to approve these appointments to ECA positions. Do I have a motion for that? Mr. McCormick, second from Mr. Miller. Anybody have any questions? Not all in favor of approval? 7-0. Any old business?
No business.
New business.
A new business, first item, would like to make the recommendation that the master contract as presented be approved. We had our public hearing on Monday night and went through the tentative agreement. Those things have been edited into this draft now. As we talked a little bit on Monday, we are experiencing a decline in enrollment. The new money from the state isn't as strong as what it's been. So we just weren't in a financial standing to really give the type of raise that our teachers and all of our staff are deserving. Appreciate the teacher bargaining team understanding those facts and working with us. We are providing something. So making the recommendation that we move forward and approve this contract.
All right, I have a recommendation to approve the updated teacher master contract for 2025-26. Do I have a motion for that? Mrs. Browning, second from Mr. Cornelius. Anybody have any questions? We discussed this at the hearing on Monday. If not, all in favor of approval? 7-0. Administrative pay update.
Like to recommend the administrative pay as presented. Just for public knowledge, the administrative pay is the exact same as what the teachers are receiving.
Okay, our recommendation to approve the administrative pay update. Do I have a motion for that? Mr. McCormick, second from Mr. Miller. Any questions on the administrative update? Not all in favor? 7-0. Non-certified.
For the non-certified pay, so we've provided you with a schedule for our full-time non-certified employees. It ranges from those that work 180 days up to 260 days. We did a proration of a $500 stipend along those number of days. And then there's specific ones for part-time non-certs like bus drivers, bus monitors, everyday aides that are there for you. We'd like to recommend that we approve all of those stipends.
Okay, I have a recommendation to approve the non-certified pay update. I have a motion for that. Mr. Hedrick, second from Mr. McCormick. Anybody have any questions on those? Not all in favor? 7-0. The Hagerman contract.
Hagerman ratio contract, would like to make a recommendation that the board approves the contract as presented. As Mike shared during his presentation, we've been working with them through the step one process that really began back in May and had a lot of long and just great design committee meetings through the summer to narrow in on the project that was presented at the work session in September. I think, talking with the board and community members, I think we're in agreement and alignment that we're happy with the project as presented and looking forward to getting the dirt turned and seeing some progress here in the coming months. Making that recommendation that we move forward with the contract.
All right, I have a recommendation to approve the Hagerman ratio contract for the upcoming project. I have a motion for that from Mr. Elmer, second from Mr. Hedrick. I have any questions on the contract? very excited to make this vote myself. This feels like the culmination of more like a couple years that we've spent to get to this point. I think this is a big night.
Yeah.
All right, all in favor of approval? 7-0. Let's start turning some dirt.
Thank you all very much.
Thank you. All right, any other new business?
No other new business.
Do you have anyone that wanted to speak on non-agenda topics tonight? No. All right, moving right along. Information items.
Just a few things to share that, some may know, but just to remind, tomorrow is no school. It's our parent-teacher conference day. The high school, I think they have some professional development activities. We host a football sectional tomorrow, so come on out to the Hatchet Hollow another time and see if we can shock the world and get the big upset. And then the band has made it to semi-state and seem to be, don't want to put the jinx on, but
Don't say that out loud.
trending, but really like what they're doing, and they'll compete up at Decatur Central a week from tomorrow. So that's all I have.
Yep. So I'll just comment for our band. We placed in the top 10 in our regional. There's 2 regionals in the state. So there'll be 20 bands at semi-state if we make the top 10 of that. The culmination of about 10 years of work, starting back with Mr. Brandon Hagan when he got here, would lead us to Lucas Oil Stadium. So we're pretty excited about the prospect, but we don't want to jinx it. All right. Does anybody else have anything they want to present? I also would like to congratulate all our other teams. A lot of seasons have come to an end, but a lot of hard work and a lot of success across all those seasons: volleyball, soccer, cross country, and girls golf.
Yeah, along those lines, just press release just happened. We had 3 girls make academic all-state off the volleyball team.
Awesome.
The requirement, you have to be a senior and you have to have a 3.75 GPA. So Keegan Byer, Ella Williams, and Shay Hawk, academic all-state.
That's awesome. Very good. All right. Anybody else? If not, I would entertain a motion to adjourn from Mr. Heddy, second from Mr. Miller. All in favor? 7-0. Meeting adjourned. Thank you all.